Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Croak and Crow show, where we talk about religion that we don't really know.
Come on.
Hey guys, I'm Spencer Cartier, back down in the studio, ready to take on a topic, take on a challenge. And you are?
And I am not ready for Christmas.
I'm ready for Christmas. I'm stoked for Christmas. It's the fourth day of Christmas.
It's the third day of Christmas.
This isn't going up till tomorrow. What day is it?
You're right. It'll be the fourth day.
Will it? What day is today?
Today's the third.
Okay. It's the fourth day of Christmas. And we haven't done any 25 Days of Christmas things yet. But that's okay. I'll give you another little song.
Yeah.
Oh, the weather outside. That's it. That's all you get. Okay.
Yeah, that's all we're allowed to do.
That's all copyright allows us to give. Topic today is
Patience.
Patience. Something I have very little of.
No, that's not the topic. I was just telling you. Have patience, and then I'll tell you the topic.
Are you lying?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's where my short patience comes in.
It is patience.
Okay.
And not the kind that are in the hospital. Like, I look like one right now. I am completely healthy. For the people who just tune in for the first time of this podcast, they might say she has on a hat and she has on a mask. Poor lady. They're gonna start a GoFundMe for you. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm actually very, very healthy.
How healthy?
Knock on fake Christmas tree wood.
They didn't know it was fake until that moment you just did that.
No, the wood.
No, it's too late now.
No, the leaves are real, but the wood is fake.
You've exposed us.
I'm very healthy. Whatever. So I'm not a patient, but I am patient.
I'm not. I'm probably the most impatient person you'll find. I have short patience, and it's something I'm working on day in and day out.
There's a little poem. I can't call it a poem, but you know it. Patience is a virtue. Have it if you can. Always in a woman, never in a man.
It sounds pretty sexist.
It does. It's from a time when sexism was not discovered yet.
It was not real.
It wasn't real.
Okay.
And I don't know if I believe that at all. I've seen so many pregnant women on like social media and stuff. They always say, "I'm ready for this baby to come out. This has been too long. I'm over this." And okay, I was pregnant 3 times, and 1 time was with twins. So I know it's not a picnic, but there's a set number that you have to wait, and that's 9 months.
That's a long time.
With the twins, I only had to wait 8 months, but that's an impatient woman, wouldn't you think?
I don't even know if I'd want a kid for 9 months.
Want a kid for 9 months or after?
Either. It's a long time.
Well, I don't think there's any truth to the gender that a man would be less patient than.
In fact, it's probably more patient.
You think men are more patient?
Why not?
Well, if you want to, you said I went back in time with my statement. You know, if you want to go back, if you want to like a super old timey skit, you know, isn't it the man always waiting for the lady? You know,
hold my bags, I'll be a while. Target parking lot, just.
Or when they're going out and he's like,
yeah.
Oh, all I have to do is put on a tie, but
yeah.
I don't know what she's doing.
Guys have more patience.
Well, they probably just made that. They're the ones that directed the skit, and you know, she probably was waiting for him to come out of the bathroom. This
is the new podcast of Who's Better, Guys or Boys.
Ooh,
guys or boys? I said. I love saying 2 of the same thing in different words. Guys or girls? No, that's a different podcast.
Oh, females and males, and we can put like boxing gloves that punch each other.
Who's gonna win?
Ding.
Okay.
No, but this is about patience, and I just went off track because there's a similar word which means somebody who is under the care of a doctor, and it's not that word.
Yeah, that was a nice little joke you did there. I picked up on that.
Okay.
Patience.
You had patience as I went through the joke.
Okay, we're just going to keep using it in sentences, or we're going to talk about...
Patience. This is also a drinking game, our podcast. And today you will be very drunk.
Because normally it takes a lot of patience to sit through 40 minutes.
No, they might pass out. Don't drink until after.
Patience. Should we just keep saying it?
Just patience. Whatever.
Patience.
You know, sometimes people go on the video and they click on different parts. Like,
yeah.
Maybe I'll like this part. Maybe I'll like this part. They're just going to... Patience.
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 No, patience is a virtue, man.
Patience is a virtue.
It's a virtue that not everyone has. And I think it's one of the most important things. Talk about patience. Maybe I can talk to you guys about the van build for a second. So I gambled all my money away. You'll hear about this in the van build next video. But I went to the casino.
No.
I went to the casino. I took all my van money that I've been saving up in my piggy jar.
A casino called Wall Street.
Okay, stop. You love cutting me off when I'm doing a long drawn out explanation of what I'm saying.
This is the example of no patience.
So I took all my hard-earned money that I was going to put to the van for you guys, and I took it to the casino on a reservation. It was called I don't know. And I put all my money on red. I was wearing a red hoodie, and I said, I'm going to double it. I got greedy. I gambled. I lost. Much money, much dollars.
And his ability to speak.
Yeah. And
he lost his vocabulary.
And I didn't have patience. I was going around the house. The world had ended. I said, the van is over. The van is done. But I talked to my dad about it, and he said, okay, I guess I got to turn the analogy now, because what did he say? Yeah. Leave that ball on red.
I know. Then eventually, I was going to say, when do we get to the
no, it was
cliffhanger here?
I'm a stock guy. I play the stock market a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not very well, as the rest of my story will explain.
That's not true.
And so I put a lot of money, all my van money, on a stock where you're not supposed to put all your money on stock. That's rule number 1. But I got greedy. I was like, I know how good I am. I'm going to show you how great I am.
I'm going to show you how great I am.
And the stock went... It blew up. Thousands of dollars gone. My hopes and dreams of a van gone. And I was ready just to cry and run away from home. And I talked to my dad about it, and he said...
Would you be crying as you were running, or would you wait till you got to...
No, cry as we're running, and the tears are whisking off my face as I'm running. And my dad was like...
Tell me, if you ever want to do that, tell me in advance so I can film it. Because I really like the content,
So I was talking to my dad about it, and he said, Spencer, if you're going to be in the stock market... I'm acting like he's a wise stock. I told him everything he knows, but he just actually listens to
This will prove if he watches it, if we can hear screaming from upstairs.
He just took my advice better than I take my own advice. And he said, if you're going to be in the stock market...
Physician, heal thyself.
Yes. If you're going to be in the stock market, you need to have patience, okay? The only person...
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. That's why the story was just for naught. The story's going somewhere.
I know that it was on your mind.
And he said, you need to have patience, okay? The only time you lose money in the stock market is when?
When you...
It's when you sell.
Oh, when you cut and run.
I have these stocks.
When you cut and run.
That are just losing money as I speak. I never lose the stocks. The value loses.
Right,
he said,
right.
Have patience. And I was thinking it would be like a year or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me plan accordingly. Today, this happened yesterday. Today, the stock shot up, and I'm back in the green.
So, within hours.
That's for an eternity in my
you
impatient
don't know.
mind.
You don't know. When you don't know, hours are an eternity. Minutes are an eternity.
And so it was one of those things where you just need to lose that and just have patience. Trust that good or bad, everything will end up okay. Even if I didn't make them, saying, oh, the money came back. That is best case scenario. If the money didn't come back, it's just this patience and
right.
it's not the end of the world. Relax. Have faith.
That's right.
And all will be well. So guess what? The van build's still on. Woo!
There comes the sprinter.
Until I go to the casino and try again. Who can lose twice in a row? That's my question.
Oh, yeah, come on.
I'm betting on black next. It's 50-50.
Yeah, just keep alternating the color. So it's not even like, like normally red have to come up. No, you just keep changing.
Always am wrong.
Well, I didn't know he told you that. His father is my husband. We never mentioned that. I know people are wondering because I don't wear a ring. Boys, stop. Stop. No, that's interesting because he always said his favorite book of the Bible, your father, was James, and it's not mine. And
it's just, I can't even tell you what James was about, honestly.
Yeah. But anyway, there is a passage in James about patience, and it's just saying to be patient for the Lord's coming, and it compares it to a farmer who's more patient than a farmer. A farmer plants, and he doesn't, like you planted your stalks, and then you went out and you tried to pull the corn off of
pulling seeds out of the ground.
You're pulling the seeds out of the ground, and you thought you were going to have popcorn. You have to plant, wait for sometimes a very long time, depending on what you planted. Well, one mark for him.
1 mark for him.
And thousands of dollars for you. Maybe.
Maybe we might even install a window this week, boys.
Listen, I don't know if it's window money.
Yeah.
Guess what? We all have to have patience because of the quarantine. No plans can be made in the world. Normally it's like, this is going on in my community. This is going on in my state, my country. It's the world.
Yeah.
The whole world is being very patient.
I think if this virus taught us anything, it's patience.
That's absolutely right.
I feel like before, at least me, it was on go.
Yeah.
This FOMO, even when I didn't want to have anything to do, I'm like, I should be doing something.
Yeah.
Like other people are doing things.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, it was really hard for me just to sit back.
I'm reliving it. No, I'm reliving it because we all were on the go.
Yeah.
And then it was like, when they pulled down the hurricane shutters,
and it was like
over.
And now we wait.
We wait.
At first it was terrible, but then you find something nice in that patience.
Like the prisoner on the stone wall with the what is that, tally?
Yeah, just days ticking on by. But yeah, it taught me at least a good lesson in patience, and like it doesn't always need to be go. Sometimes you just need to wait and let good things come to you.
Yep. On my personal Instagram back in March, probably, I put on there about there's an Aristotle quote, which is, patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. And only recently I found out that Gandhi said something super similar, so I'm guessing he got it from Aristotle, or great minds think alike. But
yeah, I think patience is one of those words that just sort of bounce around in everything, like like love or kindness or the golden rule. I think it's one of these things that everyone can, like, show me one religion, one group of people, one way of thinking that doesn't value patience in one way or another. And it's another, I just spoke about it on the last podcast of loving the neighbor, but it's another one of those things that everyone knows it's good to be patient. Patience is a virtue, but not enough is actually practiced and trained.
right.
Like for me, I can go 40 minutes on this podcast saying the importance of patience. And if I go upstairs and my brother's in the bathroom when I want to use it, I'm going to go berserk.
Right.
And it's
we have more than one bathroom, but it's maybe a preferred bathroom.
And yeah. And
well, how about the joke of the microwave? Everyone makes that joke. I did grow up in a time before microwaves,
Boomer! Boomer alert!
Did I? Or did we just not have one? That might have.
Well, probably like nationally or like became big.
Yeah.
Like when you look up when was the first anything, it's always like 50 years before you thought it was.
And guess what? Like we were behind even. Like I'm sure my neighbors had microwaves before we did. My neighbors had cable before we did.
Yeah.
So when I say I didn't have it, I never know if it was
a you problem or
if it was a me problem. But you guys who, I probably put baby food in the microwave. Shame on me. I guess it's bad.
It turned out just fine.
Yeah.
Ding.
I see jokes, where it says you can have your whole dinner in 3 minutes, and you're there like tapping your foot. Like, what's taking so long?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, time's a funny thing. Like Einstein's theory of time, where he's like 2 minutes with a pretty girl is not the same as 2 minutes doing something. And then I saw this like meme or something. It was like, what would you do if your doctor told you you have 5 minutes to live? And they said, like, I'm gonna start doing a plank because that feels like an eternity.
Oh, that's
like
funny.
Planking. But
exercise joke. It took me a second because I've
exercise.
Never done a
Yeah, but it doesn't really have to do with patience. But time, man, it's a funny thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Time after time.
Okay, so we're just gonna scratch this whole podcast.
No.
Should call it the Puncast.
Listen, the Bible is full of patient.
You have to have a lot of patience to read the Bible. Let me tell you.
That's true.
Let me tell you. If you want to test your patience, read the whole Bible.
It's funny. There's a saying: "You're testing my patience."
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
testing it because you got to work on it. It's going to be tested, and you want to pass that test.
So you can increase your patience. You're saying?
Absolutely. I feel like that's what this podcast should be about. Because, like I said, if we just have a podcast saying how the importance of patience, I don't think anyone who's listening to us.
That would be new information.
Like we could be saying,
what?
Hey guys, be a good person. It's like, wait guys, these people.
I need to share this video.
Yeah. Be a good person. I like the ring of that. No, and I think it would be the same with patience. But what should be being pushed is patience is not, oh wow, she was born a very patient person.
Okay.
I wish I had that patience. It's like you're looking at a guy in the gym and saying, wow, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger's muscles. Must be nice to be born like that. And like a muscle man, do genetics and the way you grew up have something to do with it? Yes, you might be genetically predisposed to small legs. I wouldn't know the feeling, but you might. It's a lot of problem. Does that mean that you can't grow in strength? Yada yada. No. Same thing with patience. There are more naturally patient people who aren't working for it. You see a skinny guy with abs and it's like he didn't work for it, but anyone can have good patience. It just takes that time in the bettering yourself gym of your meditation and spirituality.
Yeah. I wonder why.
And practice.
So I totally agree with you. You can increase your capacity for patience. But I wonder why what's it called? Like when the phone is just on that mode of like when you first get it, the default.
Yeah.
I wonder why our default mode is impatient. And if you think it's not, I want you to be on a plane when it lands. And I want you to see.
I was just on a plane. And it gets me so mad. Like, talk about, it's more than impatience. Because I'm not like it drives me insane. I'm sitting there. I was like on the emergency row. So like I'm literally right in the middle of the plane. I'm on the wings. The people that come flying up the back to then just wait for 20 minutes.
Stand next to you.
And
their hips, I know.
I'm like throwing my elbow there.
Oh,
like,
now what if someone saw the Croak and Crow guy throwing an elbow?
No, because I believe, I believe in systems.
Correct.
And if
don't cancel. You were correcting them. I was
correct. I love you as a person, but you are not getting in front of me. No, there's a system to getting off a plane.
Of course there is.
Here's the thing to everyone. You would all get off faster if no one got up.
I know.
And then it gets off like this, like we learn on the cheese bus in elementary school. the first 2 rows, or at church. If you go to church,
yeah. Imagine communion if people
yeah.
were...
I'm gonna get the host first. If you get up, first 2 rows, boom, boom.
Isn't this nicer?
Boom, boom. It's like a melody. I feel like there should be a, what's the guy who,
conductor, yeah.
Conductor. It would be a beautiful thing. But no, people run and then they get caught, and then now you're goofy. You're standing up
with a few bags in my head as well.
And you're just waiting.
Yeah.
You don't get off. You get off slower. It's like a traffic jam.
Oh, not to. I feel we complain a lot, but the good part is the people who hit you in the head with a bag to run off the plane, and then when you come down the gangway, they're standing, like making a phone call or rearranging their bags, and you pass them, and you're like, you just kind of hit me in the head in a rush to get out, and you're only here.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I get so mad. I just see people, and they're like, I'm like, now you're standing next to me, and now you're stressing me out, because now I feel like I need to also, it's like,
I know,
I need to also get up to show I'm not going to let the entire back of the plane go off before me.
Well, it's like driving when the merging.
Yeah.
If someone goes around you, you're done for. You might as well just live on the highway.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure my patience, I'm sure a truly patient person wouldn't be worried about other people's impatience, because I think that adds to it,
No, I have gotten better. And that's a great place to practice, for real. I'm not kidding. On a plane. I used to be so very, very impatient. And also, if you made me wait, if I didn't have a book with me or a phone or something, like if you had the audacity to make me wait and my hands are empty and I'm like, I've left doctor's offices before they called me.
Yeah.
Because I made up a time in my head. Like if they don't call me by that time, I'm leaving. I'm not waiting here. I won't be a patient.
Wait, is that what they call it? That?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's not, but like when you're in the ER, you're waiting hours.
Yeah, please.
I wonder if it's like just to get into your brain.
Yeah,
you're a patient.
They kept saying "be patient" so much times. People thought that's what it meant.
Yeah.
But no, I am proud of myself because I am so much better, and I actually can now sit, especially since I started praying a lot in my head. I can sit there with no phone or book or anything and wait for everybody to get off the plane.
Yeah. Now, is patience ever a bad thing? Like is too much patience getting stepped on?
Well, I would think right away when you said that about relationships, if I was like, oh, maybe he'll ask me out, and like, is there a point where you're missing the subtle hints? And I'm like, I'm just being patient.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying in a sense that I know when you guys see me, what you see is a big burly man who never says no to a good old fisticuffs.
Oh, yeah.
Tough guy, if you will.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you the truth, guys. I hate confrontation. It stresses me out. Mm-hmm. It makes me all anxious.
Yeah.
But there's most people I hang out with, they are not like that. They have a fuse. And I don't. Like, sometimes I even have to force myself to, like, Spencer, like, pretend like you have a fuse, because you're going to get walked all over.
That's really funny.
I have a lot of patience. And, like, so when someone else is like, doing something that would, like I'm making the joke that I have my elbow out. But realistically, if someone's super impatient, they run by me, I'm more patient than that person. I could do without, starting something out of it. But is there a point when it's like, are you patient or are you a doormat?
Oh, listen, I think you're always patient. I'm saying you as a plural of people, not you. We talked about this the other day, remember? And I said, people don't want to be, was it kind? But I was saying because they think it's weak. I don't think the word was kind, but it was something like that. And yeah, people would think being patient is weak or, and whatever else I had been talking about, but I don't think it is. And I think the fear of that makes some people be jerks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, a lack of patience really comes from selfishness. Mm-hmm. I know that's extreme. Sorry to all you impatient people out there for calling me selfish.
No, you know what? That's true.
Think of any time when you're impatient. What is it? When you want to be off the airplane, like you're not worried about the fact that, they don't want you to sit there. they're doing the stuff that have to.
Oh, I think those flight attendants would love to just pull levers and you all fly out the side windows.
Shoot out, have parachutes. Exactly. And, any time when you're waiting in the doctor's office, tapping your foot, it's why aren't I getting served now? And so a lot of it does come from this putting you first. Like, well, I should be being seen. I've been here for 3 hours. And it's like, okay, well, that doctor's been here for 12, and I'm sure that he would love to have you in and out.
Right.
So I think that's an important thing to remember with patience is this impatientness?
Impatience, I think.
Is my impatience just stemming from, and then there is, I think that's where you can draw the line, right? Because I said, are you a doormat? Where you have to ask yourself, is this impatience that I'm feeling from my selfishness? I want to get off faster. I don't want to wait. Or is it this person is trying to wrong, like in a relationship? Like, oh wait, you were talking about.
I was talking if I had never met.
I was thinking more like when someone has a lot of patience with someone who's treating them wrong.
Who keeps treating them wrong, yeah.
And it's like, is it a patience? Yeah, is it a selfish impatience, or is it that person is?
But I mean, I think that might be a not a conflict, but something that goes on with Christians. Am I a doormat? I mean, the thing of hit me 700 times or something.
7 times 77.
How many times should I turn the other cheek? That sounds like doormat behavior.
Yeah.
If you put it in the wrong frame.
Yeah.
And same thing, like, if there's only so many life vests, are you a doormat because you didn't get off the Titanic? Or are you a Christian?
Ain't that the question?
I don't know. Listen, you always hear the word patience, even in the Bible and in life, with perseverance and endurance.
Yeah, I think endurance is a good one.
So, like, if you think patience is too much of a passive word, or it goes good against the red. That's what we need. We need a brighter background. Yeah, definitely. Well, you talked about exercise, and that's patience and endurance must go hand in hand.
The reason why I like the word endurance for patience is because, like we talked, patience is such a power word. Not power word, but it's such a patience. But when you put it as endurance is like something directly thought about, something that you can work on, like building endurance,
right?
Like having endurance. It's and that is what patience is, because everyone does have a limit. Like I say, I'm non-confrontational. If someone taps me on the forehead, I might be patient 5 to 10 times, but that 11th time I'm going to freak out and say, stop touching my forehead.
Yeah.
Everyone has a limit, and it's about building that endurance. Like we're humans. Like you can't just like, unless you're one of these monks who are able to just go into another world. You're not. But it's you try to push that endurance, build that endurance, and have more patience.
Right.
And that's it. That's the key to life.
Ben Franklin.
Benny Frank.
From Philadelphia. I manage every time to bring it up. If you look back at I think it's the first podcast. You guys check that out and then tell me in the comments. How about that? Okay. You said we're from Philadelphia, and I said, oh, I wasn't going to say that because I never did a podcast before, and I was thinking, like, how much personal information am I sharing? You were like, this is our address.
Yeah, if you guys want to hang out, if you guys want to help me build my van.
Yeah. But since it's progressed, did we say what number this was?
25.
It's 26.
6, yeah, because 25 you didn't paint.
I didn't paint.
See, that's always a marker for me.
I know.
So I'm like, okay, you painted 3 episodes ago, so that means we must be on either 3 or 8. But no, okay, we're on 26.
We're on 26. So in one, I was like, I'm not saying where I'm from. Since then, every single solitary podcast, I keep reiterating that I'm from Philadelphia.
We just keep making like different terms, and like the crosshairs are getting closer and closer.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Ben Franklin is a famous Philadelphian.
The most famous Philadelphian.
The most famous Philadelphian.
Wait.
Ben Franklin Bridge will take
probably Rocky.
Come on. We'll take you from Philadelphia to New Jersey. But anyway, Ben Franklin, famous for quotes. He had a million zingers.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
He was great. He also
bifocals.
Invented, yeah.
Lightning.
Anyway, okay. He invented lightning.
There was not a single lightning bolt before Ben Franklin did something with an umbrella.
It was umbrella.
It's a kite.
Oh, right.
Anyway,
he said the man who can something like this. The man who can have patience can have anything.
That beats out a penny saved and penny earned.
And he was famous for cheating on his wife, so I'm guessing it also meant the ladies.
But his wife must have had some patience if he was known for it.
Who knows what she was doing? Anyway.
Don't talk ill of Mrs. Franklin.
Franklin. Yeah, so stock market, you already said that. A farmer.
A farmer? Did you say that yet?
Yeah, I said the Bible verse.
Yeah, who's more patient than a farmer?
Yeah.
It's everything. I mean, like, we can sit here rifling off. Like, you got to be patient as a mother, as a father, as a child, as a worker, as a boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole team.
It's the whole team. A bear, he has to wait for the spring before he can get out of his bed.
Yeah.
So that is.
Now, how does one practice patience?
That's what I was going to say when you were all the way back a little bit. You said, yeah, you can increase your patience, and you should.
But how?
And that's what our podcast should be about.
The viewers are asking. They're texting me. My phone's buzzing right now. They're like, but how?
Okay.
How do we increase our patience?
Can you just?
Where is the patience gym we can lift the iron of patience to get our patient gains?
You can. How about this? You can push your willpower. Like
how?
Okay. Well, I used to do intermittent fasting, and I think I said this before. And I would say I'm going to eat at a certain time, and I would push, and everyone would tell me it's close enough, or and I was like, no, and I would. Maybe that's what helped me too. I would force myself. Not even 59. It had to turn to the hour that I was allowed to eat. Doing things like that, because guess what?
So starve yourself and become a better Christian.
No, in anything. Maybe, I don't know another example, but I just wanted to say that when I did that, was I super hungry and did I think it was stupid to wait for the 30 seconds? Yes. But after I did it all the time, I did feel a certain accomplishment.
Yeah.
That I could wait.
Yeah. When I go on walks in the morning, it used to be runs. I've downgraded to walks, guys. Sorry to tell you. It's just gotten too cold.
It's too cold.
I see people out there that are still in their shorts. And I'm like, my old bones, they can't deal with that.
Avalon had a dress on today, and she always quotes me back. Don't forget your story.
Yeah.
She always quotes me back with, I went to Catholic school as a little girl, and we didn't wear tights or leggings or leg warmers or anything. You wore your uniform, your bare legs, in a very cold Philadelphia winters, and we would walk to school, no school bus. So whenever she goes out without a jacket or something, she's like, oh, you did it, I could do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but... So they're too cold, so I go on walks. But little calorie fact, little working out fact. Did you know that walking and running burns like the same amount of calories per distance? So time, obviously, 10 minutes of running is better than 10 minutes of walking. But 3 miles of running is almost not that much greater.
Interesting. I love walking.
Well, let me caveat. I don't know if it's like for cardiovascular health because you get your heart pumping more with
I just like walking because of the strain on the joints.
Yeah, and that's once I found that out, I was like, what am I running for? Mm-hmm. So I walk my 3 miles now. Nice little hour in nature. But there's a bench that's like a mile and a half exactly, and even when when the going gets tough, I can't just see the bench. I need to walk right past, like actually past it and turn around. Doesn't really have to do with patience.
No, it does though.
Let that be a metaphorical representation.
It has patience because you are not trying to end the walk quickly.
Yeah.
You're having the patience. You're like, this is what I signed up to do, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have patience.
You want to practice patience? I have a little tip for you.
Sure.
I have a little patience practice tip. Patience practice prep when you're driving. When you're driving, practice not using your horn unless of the safety reason, unless someone's like
Right.
merging into your lane.
Right.
You might miss a light. You might, have a guy in front of you who's not turning when it's not a no turn on red. But it's a nice little thing of, and obviously if you're in a rush, well, first of all, try to still calm down. You'll get there when you get there.
Yeah.
Even when you're in a rush. But generally, if you're just going to the store, that's where I practice it the most. Sometimes someone will be sitting in front of me and I'll be ready to beep. And the way I do it is I just imagine, it's easy to imagine the person you hate's in front of you. And you beep. But imagine it's like a little old man from Up and he's just doing his best.
Right.
And then I'm like, man, I got nowhere to be. Like, I'm just trying to go get some chicken from Popeyes.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And I think that helps. Because then when I get in cars with other people and they get so worked up and anxious and like weaving in lanes, like I see that they don't have that patience.
Right.
And so it makes me think like, okay, that's a good place to practice.
Right.
Patience.
Yeah,
Patient.
When I get somebody really impatient, I have more driving hours. I challenge people to try to beat me in my driving hours. So in the comments you could write that. Driving. Oh, when I get a really impatient person behind me, if it's like you said, safe to do, and if I'm not, whatever, I'll pull over and let the person pass. Mm-hmm. And you get a little extra joy when you get to the light and they didn't get through it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a whole lot of people rushing to nothing.
Yeah.
But
patience is one of the fruits of the Holy Spirit. There's 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit. You learned them in CCD. It's like love and...
Do they correlate with fruits or is that what they're just...
No. It just means fruit meaning like a gift or, like... But patience is one of them. And
we've been talking about real world applications.
Oh.
What about patience in prayer?
What about God who said the Bible, you read the Bible beginning to end and...
I'm starting to reconsider if I actually did that.
You did it. At night I said to you, you read the Bible. I just want you to think that.
It's just like a coloring book that I read.
Yeah. No. Patient Lord. How patient he is with us. But,
he is patient.
But you're saying for us to be patient in prayer?
Yeah.
When you ask for something?
Yeah. A lot of people, I don't think they're patient.
God's timing.
They're patient enough in their spiritual journey through life. You got to be patient. People want, if God's so powerful, I've been praying for $1 million and haven't got it yet. And it's like, you got to have that patience. You have to have that because that's what brings you peace and that's what gets you where you want to go. Is that don't freak out. Don't freak out that you lost in the stock market. Say, I have patience that there is a path for me to go and that I will end up in the right place on my spiritual journey. And that just applies to anything. If you're praying for literally anything, have that patience.
There is, in Hebrews, it's inheritance comes through patience. And you could look at that in the world. You're not getting one, but for someone who is getting an inheritance, you'd have to have patience for the time when it would be available to you. But our inheritance of heaven, so the reward at the end of the patience, which again goes back to Aristotle. Patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Yeah.
Could be. No idea.
It is.
I'm more of a Plato guy myself.
Yeah. So, patience is great. And it's definitely not a doormat to be patient. Patience is the drip of water on a rock, you can break anybody. If you're patient.
If you all you just got to outlive people. Your worst enemy. Just be patient.
No, but you know what? Actually, that's funny because it does put another Bible verse in my mind. When God says, he's talking about pray and I'll give you what you want. And he says, if you knocked on an innkeeper's door and you were like, let me in. He's like, no, I closed up. My family's asleep. And he said, if the person kept knocking, he would, the innkeeper's going to let you in. Not even because he's being a nice person, but you're on my nerves.
Persistence overcomes resistance.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But what I thought about is that what patience bring, because what's the point? Some might ask, what's the point of being patient?
Okay.
Why? Well, okay.
Yeah, you want things. You life is short. You just want to,
I'm gonna be like, I want to be the first person on the plane, even if there's a chance.
Yeah.
Even if there's a chance that I cut you off in traffic, if I might not make that light and we'll be at the same one, but I might make it.
What if not Atu Bolden? He's from Trinidad. What if what's this guy's name? Jamaican.
Usain Bolt.
What if he was patient? He can't be.
No. Great example. So that's what they're asking now. My phone's blowing up again. They're saying, Spencer, like, but why do we have to be patient?
Okay.
I get it why I have to love the neighbor.
Yeah, I'm just talking
that goes full
like
circle.
A book.
I have the answer. I'll tell you why.
Real life application.
I'll tell you why. I told you how. Now I'll tell you why.
Turn up the volume.
Turn it up. Patience. Patience brings peace.
That's it. Peace was my word for the day.
Brings peace.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right.
Why am I allowing my peace to be broken?
You're right.
With my impatience?
Keep your peace.
When I'm driving with these people that I say they don't have that patience in driving, what I always tell them isn't be more patient, because they're there being like, what do you mean? Look, I just got in front of that guy. Now he's back.
They think there's a reward.
And I'm saying, but what you're losing that 5 minutes saved in the car ride, that is the peace. I'll take a peaceful 25 minute drive over a hectic 20-minute drive any day.
Absolutely.
Any day.
Absolutely.
And so I think that is the importance. The importance of patience is peace.
I love it.
The importance of patience is peace. That's the wrong way. Okay, let's do this here. The importance of patience is peace.
We have to end it on that. It's too good.
It's too good?
Yeah.
All right. Should I say it one more time?
Sure.
All right, guys.
Listen up.
This is our podcast. We'll be back tomorrow. But guess what? If we're not back tomorrow, don't stress.
Be patient.
Don't stress. You know why?
Why?
Because
do
you know why?
Why?
Because the importance of patience is peace. See ya. Yeah.